Hey everyone. Today I want to talk about something that's becoming a large issue in cybersecurity, and that is artificial intelligence. On the one hand, AI can be a great tool for improving security, but on the other hand, it's also being used to make cyber attacks more efficient and dangerous. AI is pretty much everywhere now, so understanding how it's being used in both defensive and offensive ways can help you make more informed decisions. I'm going to go over a few examples of AI-driven cyber attacks, talk about how these attacks work, and then suggest some strategies that can help protect against them. I'll also touch on the challenges of securing AI itself, since like every other system, it does have its weaknesses. And AI's largest issue right now is that it needs its regulations to fit those. To start, it's important to understand why AI is so powerful, but also risky when it comes to cybersecurity. On the one hand, AI can be helpful to improve security. For example, it can automatically monitor for threats, it can analyze patterns in network traffic, and it can stop threats in real time sometimes. But at the same time, cybercriminals can use AI to carry out attacks in more sophisticated ways. AI is being used by both attackers and defenders, and often the same AI tools are being used for both. In this AI arms race, cybercriminals and cybersecurity experts are constantly trying to outsmart each other using the latest technologies. Let's dive into how AI is actually being used by cybercriminals in these attacks. One of the most common methods is in phishing attacks. If you've ever gotten an email from a bank or a service you use asking you to click a link and update your password, you've probably been targeted. For example, the UPS texts that a parcel hasn't been picked up and you need to come to a warehouse and you need to send your zip code to verify certain information, or emails that say you need to enter a password, or emails claiming to be your bank requesting private information. These are all examples of phishing. Now, the way AI plays into phishing, for example, is it can make these emails look way more authentic. It can send you personalized messages. It can take in what kind of information you've been indulging in and target whatever the scam is towards that. It's very educated in the way that it gathers information on you to target these attacks. And therefore, it is a lot more dangerous than these old emails that people knew to look out for. Now they're becoming a lot more legit, and they have been gathering information on you to provide you something to make you think that this could be legitimate. Whereas previously, it was a lot more harder. Phishing isn't the only example of cyber criminals using AI. Another scary example is something like malware, which is a malicious software program. And one particularly scary example is Darktrace, which is an AI-driven malware that can learn how to avoid detection by traditional security systems. It can analyze a network and adapt its attacks based on what it sees, making it harder for defenders to stop. And so instead of following a predictable attack pattern, Darktrace figures out how to stay hidden and adjust its strategy as it goes. Another example is how AI is used in ransomware attacks. Ransomware is when hackers lock up a company's data and demand money to unlock it. AI can be used to identify the most vulnerable systems to attack, and it can even figure out which targets are most likely to pay up, which is making these attacks more efficient on the end of they don't really have to shoot out 1,000 different scams. They can target 10 people and they're likely to pay up. Therefore, AI is increasing the likelihood that they're actually going to follow through with their scam. As AI becomes a bigger part of our infrastructure, it's becoming a target for attacks. One example is adversarial attacks on AI systems, which is basically hackers trying to mess with the algorithms that these AI websites use in order to make decisions leading to false information. A good example of this is how AI-powered facial recognition systems can be tricked. Researchers have shown that attackers can make small changes to pictures or videos that humans wouldn't even notice that can cause AI to misidentify someone. This could have serious consequences, especially if AI is being used in high security areas like airports or banks. So with all these threats out there, what can we do to protect against AI-powered cyber attacks? Here are a few strategies that can help. So, with all these threats outlined, what are some strategies that can actually help prevent this? Well, we can use AI in defense in the same way that AI is being used in these cyber attacks. AI does make for a great defense system. It can constantly evolve its strategies, it can analyze the data and conform to what it's being hit with, and it can also look for unusual patterns that might indicate an attack or preventing an attack in the first place. These systems can also adapt to new threats, just like the attackers do. And then there's layered security. It's not enough to rely on just one type of defense. You need multiple layers of security, such as firewalls, encryption, VPNs, and AI-based detection, especially in these corporations who are dealing with a lot of money, a lot of personal information. AI is going to be essential. And then there's continuous monitoring. Since AI can change its tactics and learn from its environment, you need to keep a constant eye on your systems and how they operate. AI can help with this by continuously monitoring your network traffic, looking for things that don't look quite right, and triggering alerts if something suspicious does happen. But you still need to keep an eye on it. Okay, I need to move. In conclusion, AI is a game changer in the world of cybersecurity, but it comes with its own set of challenges. While it can be used to improve security, it's also being leveraged by cybercriminals to create more sophisticated and harder to detect attacks. Phishing, malware, and ransomware are just a few examples of how AI is being used in cyber attacks. To protect against these risks, organizations need to implement strategies that include AI-powered defenses, multi-layered security, and continuous monitoring. They also need to be aware of the vulnerabilities in their own AI systems and take steps to make them more resilient. As AI continues to develop, the battle between cyber defenders and cyber attackers will only get more intense. It's important for us to stay informed, keep improving our defenses, and be proactive in addressing these new threats while we create regulations around these issues in order to make it a safer environment for everyone.